From queen to cowgirl. Welcome to MTG Unraveled, where we each choose a magic card and over-explain it to distract you from your current hyperfixation. I'm Rafa.
And I'm Ryan. And today we decided we are going to talk about our commanders. We picked some of our favorite decks. We're going to talk a little bit about the commander, about what the deck does, how we do. So let's go ahead and start off with yours.
I've got a blue, black, red legendary creature. It's a rare from the greatest set of all time, Outlaws of Thunder Junction, and it's a 3/4. Now, obviously, we know each other's commanders, so I think I can just skip to the text box.
Yeah, we only have one deck in each of the color combinations that we have already, and so it's really easy to guess them. We play against these decks all the time. So go ahead and read the text box. Let's see if you can guess who it is.
All right. The text box says, whenever you commit a crime, you may pay 1. If you do, look at the top 2 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand and the other into your graveyard. Targeting opponents, anything they control, and or cards in their graveyard is a crime. Yep, so it's obviously Crimes Matter, and the name of this commander is Marchesa, Dealer of Death.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty straightforward card, honestly. It's very open-ended. And I think half the reason I chose this is because of the color combination. Grixis is just really fun to me. Like, there's a lot of fun things in Grixis. Kefka looks freaking sweet, just off the top of my head, just one of them. But this card will basically eat any extra mana you have and turn it into card advantage and filling up your graveyard. And you select where the cards go, into your hand or in the graveyard. So you're sculpting your hand and graveyard all while committing crimes.
Yes. But I've seen many times where you go, I don't want either of these to go in the graveyard. I want them both in my hand. Too bad.
Yeah, that's just poor deck building. So. There's a few rules. If there's only one card in your library, as Marchesa's triggered ability resolves, you'll put it into your hand. I've never come across this, but never thought about it either. Because you're paying 1. And it made sense once I actually read the card over. It says put 1 into your hand and the other in your graveyard. So I would assume that means you put 1 into your hand first, then the other one goes in your graveyard. And if there's only 1, that one's going in your hand.
Yeah, that's not intuitive. You asked me about it and I was like, well, then you can't do it. Too bad.
Yeah. A player commits a crime as they cast a spell, activate an ability, or put a triggered ability on the stack that targets at least one opponent, at least one permanent spell or ability an opponent controls, and or at least one card in an opponent's graveyard.
Interacting with your opponents is a crime.
No, you can target their libraries, ? Maybe there's a card out there that does that. That's not a crime.
That's dumb. It should be a crime.
Cards in exile, if you somehow target them, not a crime. I don't know if there's anything that does that either, but there are things that aren't crime. Mostly everything is a crime. The spell or ability that constituted a crime doesn't have to have resolved yet or at all. As soon as you're finished casting the spell, activating the ability, or putting the triggered ability on the stack, you've committed a crime. So that's basically saying if your spell gets countered, even though it got countered, that spell that was a crime still committed the crime that triggers the ability.
Mm-hmm.
For example, an ability that triggers when you cast a spell that targets an opponent will trigger at the same time as an ability that triggers whenever you commit a crime. Those abilities can be put on the stack in either order if you control them both, and they'll both resolve before the spell that caused them to trigger.
Yeah.
No comment.
I tried coming up with something clever. It didn't work.
Moving on.
Yep.
A player can commit only one crime per spell or ability they control. Targeting multiple opponents, permanents, spells, abilities, and or cards with the same spell or ability doesn't constitute committing multiple crimes. It sounds like it'd be multiple crimes. It is not multiple crimes if you target 2 opponents with one spell. Changing the target or targets of a spell or ability won't affect whether or not the controller of that spell or ability has committed a crime. Only the initial targets chosen for that spell or ability are used to determine whether or not its controller committed a crime. So again, if it gets deflecting swatted and they change it to one of your permanents, let's say you Deadly Rollick to commit the crime, and they deswat it back to one of your creatures, you've still committed a crime. Marchesa still triggers.
You still committed the crime. You're a criminal, whether it gets thrown back in your face or not.
A smooth criminal?
Hee hee.
There's only one art for this. It's illustrated by Ryan Pancoast. It's Marchesa with a knife in her hand, leaning against a support beam in a tavern. And in my opinion, she's got a smirk that says the cards are stacked. And in the background, there are some people staring at a body on the floor.
It makes me think of not like literally how she looks, because there's obviously differences, but like the vibe gives me Veil from Stormlight.
Oh, yeah. I would say she does not look like Veil, but the vibe.
The vibe.
Yeah, I could see it.
Like that is what Veil would be doing in a tavern. If you don't know Stormlight, too bad.
What formats use this card? It's legal in Standard, Pioneer, Modern, Legacy, Vintage, Commander, and she does not see play in Standard, even though she is legal. I tried. It didn't work.
No.
What do you think the price of this card is?
Not much. Maybe $1.
Yeah, it's not worth anything. What about the promo version of this card?
Ooh, $1.50.
No, 50 cents.
Oh.
I kind of tricked you there.
Well, a lot of the times the promos are
a couple
more,
bucks or whatever. Yeah. Nope, not this one. You like this card? You want to pick this card up? You can even get the promo one for cheap.
It's because it's Outlaws.
Yeah. It's got some sweet flavor text that says, you should have folded when you had the chance.
Nice.
Yeah. You should have quit the game before we even started.
I feel that way a lot of Magic games.
So obviously I have this as a commander for one of my decks. It's a bracket 4 deck, so I put all the fun cards in it. Committing crimes at bracket 4 is just more fun to me, but you could easily build a budget brew of this deck, and all you need is ramp and crimes, and then win cons. So bracket 2, it might be difficult to pull this commander off, but you could build a bracket 3 budget version of this deck, and I think it would still be pretty good. You wouldn't have the free mana or free interaction as much, but you would just want to compensate by having more mana made.
Yeah, I feel like it's a really good fit in bracket 4, because once you hit bracket 4, there's a lot less like player kickback for why do you keep targeting me? Leave me alone, because that's what you expect to do. People don't leave you alone in bracket 4, so it's like the perfect sweet spot for it.
Even bracket 3 should run plenty of interaction, in my opinion.
It should.
Honestly, you shouldn't be salty if you get targeted in general, because it's up to your opponents to decide where the threat is. Just saying.
Yeah, I know, but this is a deck that I'm saying it constantly targets, and you expect that in bracket 4 more than lower brackets.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. You shouldn't get salty. It's a game. You do the thing. Getting salty happens sometimes, but I'm just saying like bracket 4 is like a really good spot, because you can do all of the powerful things you want to do that target, and no one can say anything about it.
I also have no proof to back this up, but I don't think there's a single game I've ever played with this deck where I didn't counter a spell at least once in the game like that. I have nothing to back that up, but I feel like I always have protection in my hand, or interaction, I guess I should say, but even plenty of counter spells.
You should in bracket 4.
Yeah, as you should. Yeah. So to prove how strong this card is, even though it doesn't sound all that strong, I found 2 CEDH tournaments where someone placed 11th once and some other person placed 12th once in the tournaments with this as the head of the deck. Right. Yeah, right? It's pretty good. And that was this year, not last year that they placed there. Yeah, this is a good card. And she's only ranked 411th on EDH Rec, which makes me sad. She should be higher. This card's fun.
It is a good deck.
Yeah, it's fun. It is a lot of fun. So anyway, that's all I wanted to do. Talk about my deck a little bit. If you like Grixis, you should give this commander a try. If you like how it sounds, just always having interaction, getting paid in cards, and graveyard filling up for your interaction, this deck is a lot of fun and you should try building it. Yeah, we'll include our mocks field too, so if you'd like to take a look at my deck, build it better.
That goes for all of our decks. Do better.
Yeah, do better. Anyway, that's all I got.
Okay, so for mine, we have 3 red and a green legendary creature elemental hound. Hence me barking at the beginning of this. It's a mythic. First release of the card was Commander 2020, and it is a 3/3.
That came out in 2020?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but it just feels like it has always been around to me, is just how it feels.
I thought it might have been a little bit older than that too. Text box. It has partner with somebody, haste. Whenever this creature attacks, exile the top card of each player's library and put a fetch counter on each of them. Put a +1/+1 counter on this creature for each non-creature card exiled this way.
How cute. Fetch boy.
Yeah. It partners with Halden, Avid Arcanist, and this is Pako, Arcane Retriever. I love my pupper boy.
It is very cute. It's cute until you play against it. Then it's not cute anymore.
He's just a cute little pupper boy. Pako has one rules text. You exile cards and put +1/+1 counters on Pako, all while Pako's last ability is resolving. Nothing can happen between the two, and no player may choose to take actions. If you want to do something about Pako, you either have to do it before combat, or you can respond to the initial trigger going on the stack, but once you have accepted, we are going to flip the top card of the library. Those cards get flipped, they get exiled, Pako gets counters, period.
Yeah,
You
Pako's
cannot.
a 3/3, right?
Is it
At
3?
base?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're going to lightning bolt Pako, do it before combat.
Yeah.
Like,
Really,
Yeah.
if you're going to interact, just do it before combat.
honestly, because half the problem too, especially if you already have Halden out, the problem is the decks you're playing against might have interaction, and then you flip into those pieces of interaction or protection pieces, and you're just like, oh, I should have removed this. That's the problem. That's the real problem. Screw the +1/+1 counters.
I mean, him getting to be a big
Yes.
boy is a problem.
It is not nothing, I know.
Yeah. But access to a whole bunch more cards, it's good. There have been no reprints of Pako.
Do
That's
we
it,
need one?
Commander. Yes. Why? Because there's only the one art, and I love the art. I just think it's so great because there's so much like joy and puppy energy in it. The art is by Manuel Castanon, and it's a big green glowing puppy boy, and he's happy with his mouth open, his tongue hanging out, and he's jumping through the forest. It's adorable. I absolutely love it. But you know me, new arts, yes please.
Yeah, you're a sucker for pretty cards.
Yes. So I need more. Please reprint Pako soon. Watsy.
For real, they're giving cats and dogs so much love. Why hasn't Pako
Why not
gotten-
Pako?
Yeah.
What formats use this card? It is legal in Legacy, Vintage Commander, and Oathbreaker. How much do you think Pako is?
$3.
Nah.
Is it a lot more than that?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
No, he's less than $1. About $1.
Really?
Mhm.
Oh, that's why they haven't reprinted it.
I'll pay more for a different art.
Shut up and take my money.
Seriously. So as for Pako, as a partner commander, he is ranked number 300, 8,338 decks on EDH Rec. He is in the 99 of some decks. He's in some Rin and Seri decks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't
And
I don't know.
guess You can't
Um,
run Halden, though, in that.
know.
That is weird.
He also is in like 0.1% of Joda lists. Legendary gets big, gets even bigger with Joda.
Yeah, and
But-
card advantage, I mean...
If
the
you
two.
have Halden in there. But Pako is definitely better in the command zone, in my opinion. So just a brief glaze over. We've talked about Halden a few times. Here is who Halden is. He is a 2 and a blue legendary creature human wizard. And what he does is you may play non-creature cards from exile with fetch counters on them if you exiled them. And you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast those spells.
That's such garbage that it fixes your colors when you can steal their lands anyway. At least make them work for it if they're going to play this.
Nah, just let me cast your stuff. It's fine.
Dude.
I've already talked about quite a few of my commanders. Like if I were to truly pick my number one commander deck, it would be Atraxa, but I've already talked about her on here. So Pako is absolutely amazing. I always have a blast playing him. The way that I have my deck built, the game plan is pretty much Voltron, big dog eat face. Yum. Ruff, ruff. I have a couple of support themes that the deck is built around. Extra combats, library manipulation is a big one because I want to make sure that I'm exiling stuff that I can use with Halden. And then it's like a pseudo landfall ramp sub theme under
Yeah.
there because I do get access to so many more lands from other people. I can just ramp to high heaven. So
Yeah, you don't have that many landfall payoffs, though, when you say it's landfall. Like, you do have some, but there's no, like, rampaging Baloths or some,
no,
like,
no.
Avenger of Zendikar or anything like that. Yeah, it's more of you can just ramp by just if I can play lands, I'll play them all, kind of.
But I do have... So if we look at the actual biology of my deck, and you can take a closer look into this on our Mox field, obviously. It's a bracket 4 deck. I only have 6 creatures in the deck. Because if you exile a creature with Pako, they gone. I can't do anything with them. Outside of those creatures, I have a lot of protection pieces. Because people go, oh no, bad dog, sit.
Well, like most of your decks, if you turn off the commander, you turn off the deck, so...
This is definitely one of them that if Pako goes away, then he is my entire game plan. I have 6 creatures. What on earth am I going to do?
I mean, you could do big X red spells, but you don't. I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying, like, that could be an option, I guess.
Yeah, I don't have big X spells in there. My only game plan is to smack people with my dog. So I have a ton of protection in there. The other part of it is evasion. So something like Winged Boots, because that gives Ward 4 and flying to my pupper boy, which is great because I can fly over all your guys' stuff and nobody pays Ward 4 unless they're going to die, and hopefully they have that. Like, it's
and then
just
they
unlikely.
do, and you just counter the spell anyway.
Yep. I do have one combo in the deck that gets me to, if I get to do this, I'm going to win that turn, and it is Aggravated Assault. That's the enchantment extra combats one, where you pay 5 and untap and attack again. And then I have Sword of Feast and Famine in the deck. So you hit someone with Pako, untap all of your lands, hit someone again, untap, pay for it again, boom, everyone's dead.
You have to be able to connect with everyone.
Yeah.
Is the only
Hence the
caveat.
evasion is importante. If you've ever thought about, I just want to be able to do a really big thing with one really big guy, Pako is a good option for you.
Oh, yeah.
Especially since you get to touch a lot of cardboard and everybody else's cardboard. And hope that you're playing against people who build really good decks.
See how she's doing that? She hates it when people do it to her, though.
Don't touch my stuff.
I'm just realizing they can tell which one out of the two of us did their homework when they were in school. You like broke down everything. You're like showing us the moving parts. And I'm just like, hey, go out and punch people. And not literally, just commit crimes and make a lot of mana. You'll be good. I'm done. Thanks. And you're like, here are my artifacts. Here are my enchantments. Here are my instants. Here are my sorceries. And I'm just like, I misunderstood what we meant by, talk about our commanders for a second.
Which is funny because I literally, when we were putting this together, I was like, I don't know, like, how much of my deck do I talk about? How much do I not? I was going to go more into it. And then I decided to draw back and just be like, hey, go look at my deck list. It's a really good deck. I am never disappointed playing this deck. Lore! We have talked about how Halden is a bonder before. And Pako is his beastie boy. So, Ikoria vibes, because Pako and Halden originate on Ikoria. That is their plane of residence. Basically, Pako's monster sense allows him to sniff out powerful magic. He looks out, gets magical crystals. He brings them back to Halden, who studies them, and Pako is rewarded with treats. It is so flavorful for the card, okay? Because Pako fetches a non-creature, a powerful magical artifact, brings them back to Halden, who studies those spells so that you can cast them, and he gets a treat and makes him big and strong.
That's funny. What kind of treats is this guy feeding this
I don't know.
dog? You don't know? Yeah, me neither.
Kibbles and bits. No, I have no idea. He's an elemental monster hound. I have no idea. But that's his boy, and he knows what to feed him.
Today we ask the real questions. What does Halden feed Pako?
I don't know, but it's really cute, and I thought that was really awesome how well it was translated into card version.
Yeah, it's perfect. I love it when cards are like that.
Yeah. And then fun fact that I figured out, because everything comes back to the Phyrexians, right?
How? This is garbage.
So, Pako and Halden discovered a rare crystal that had the ability to wick away glistening oil during the Phyrexian invasion.
It was a Mr. Clean scrubber.
Yeah.
Whatever they're called.
The scrub daddies. They found a scrub daddy.
Yep.
Perfect. That's all I have for Pako and Halden. It's a really awesome deck. Do you have any honorable mentions
Of
for your
course
decks?
I do. Just like you always talk about Phyrexians, I love Saprolangs. So one of my other favorite decks, and I think maybe I just like bracket 4 and should like, I don't know, sell my kidney and make more bracket 4 decks. But is my other bracket 4 deck, which is Slimefoot and Squee, which I know I've mentioned on the show before, but not too much. Aristocrats has just always appealed to me since I was a newer player. I love the 4 card combos the best though. So even though it's bracket 4, it's got a lot of interaction and a lot of free spells and whatnot, but there's still no 2 card combos. I just love the deck. And also I love the feeling of when you do something and it makes your opponents like squirm or have to think. So in Slimefoot and Squee, because you never know if I want my commander on the battlefield or in the graveyard, when I go to swing at someone and they could easily block it, it's fun to watch them just go, do I just take 3 commander damage or do I block this creature and get it off the battlefield? And it's just fun. Sometimes I do need it on the battlefield still. Sometimes I don't. And it's just fun to do that.
The mind games are real.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah, and apparently I'm good at not showing when I have interaction. I disagree with that, but
no, it's because you do this maniacal little giggle either way, and you never know if it's hee, I actually have something, or hee, I'm dumb and I'm just tricking you.
If you don't have any brain waves, they can't read your mind. Okay,
for real. I already talked about, I love all of my decks. I had a really hard time figuring it out. I almost talked about Joda, but I kind of figured a lot of people already know Joda, and he doesn't do anything really all that special. He is legendary puke. It is one of my favorite decks to play because it's just good. I do good things. Joda's a good boy.
Kill Joda on site.
And then I also almost use this to talk about one of my other Phyrexians that I haven't talked about because I have Elish Norn and Shieldred. But Elish Norn, I'm never quite happy with the deck list. I had a really hard time trying to commit to either like full control or something else. Now she's more like tokeny based, but it's still not quite there. I don't know. I'm just waiting for more pieces, I guess. We have all of these deck lists on Moxfield. If there's any commander we've ever talked about and you're like, that sounds really fun, I wonder what they did to compare, go check it out. We keep them mostly up to date. He's better at it than I am.
So at the end of every episode, we like to talk about something we've been hyperfixating on for a minute, and today you have something for us.
Yeah. By the time this comes out, we'll probably have much more, but The Hobbit is coming out, and I am stupidly excited for it. We looked at the couple of spoilers that have been coming out, and I also just was like, ooh, we need to rewatch all the movies for the 1,000th time that I've watched them. And it got me thinking about what am I hoping that they do? And so I kind of want to talk and pick your brain about what you're hoping from the set, because I know you're super excited about it too. From the spoilers that we've seen, there's one card that I'm pretty stoked about, and it's the Arkenstone.
Yeah.
That's going in Joda. It gives you a search for a legendary creature and is just a benefit once you cast it. And we were talking about it, and you were like, 5 mana for an anthem effect? That's And I was like, it's 5 mana for that anthem effect and another card.
Yes, it is good. I really hope they stick to book more than anything is what I hope for, which is, I know, a fancy, but if they show Gandalf fighting next to Galadriel, I'm going to be kind of upset.
Oh, see, I kind of figured that was going to be your viewpoint. I want them to have some stuff from the movie, not because of that. I love Tauriel as a character, and she's not in the books.
No,
she was made for the movies. If you didn't know that character doesn't exist outside of the Peter Jackson movie. And I love her, and I love her and Killy, and I need them to have cards that go together. I need it. Even though based on the spoilers that we've seen so far, they seem really focused on the books.
The books, good.
Not particularly on the movies. So I doubt I'm going to get that, but let me tell you, I'm going to be so excited if I do.
As contradicting as it is, I would be fine with that one, but not the similarity and stuff. But I was just kind of salty that they made 3 movies out of something that was actually 2 books, basically. Well, they didn't include the whole book, but it was more than just The Hobbit. And I'm like, I kind of feel like I'm being milked here for money. Like, you could have made a 2-part Hobbit that stuck more true to the book.
Oh, see, now we're straying away from the magic part of it.
Oops.
No, I think that I'm perfectly okay with what they did include that was outside of The Hobbit, because they're not going to go make a movie based off the book that we can't remember. And I think it was information that, as a viewer, was useful to the storyline. And I loved them. Y'all can shut up, okay? There's so many different, like, series out there where people hate on a part of it, and I'm just like, it doesn't have to be perfectly accurate for it to be a good movie. Look at all of the Harry Potter movies, and the very first time I watched it, I had that mentality. I was so irritated. I was like, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. And then I took a step back and I was like, okay, but it's a good movie. Especially since a lot of people who watch the movies don't necessarily also read the books. You can look at it as just a movie perspective. And that's what you need to do with The Hobbit. Peter Jackson is a genius. They make me happy.
Dislike them. I still enjoyed them. I just felt like it could have been 2.
You're such a cynic.
Anyway, magic cards. I don't know. Just not 10 Thorns, please.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't need 10 Thorns.
No.
I'm okay with that.
No,
we know I'm doing that, obviously.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
Yeah.
We need each of the dwarves.
Yes. Oh, they have to. There's no way they don't.
And I need them all on my wall. But no, there's no reason.
Yeah.
They're like, sometimes when they do that with cards, I can be like, okay, well, this is like different, like, parts of the story. They've reached a different level in their character. Fine. Anyway, super excited for The Hobbit, and I just wanted to see what you were excited for. We obviously have a little bit different opinions. Let us know what your opinion is. Do you want it all book, screw the movies? Do you want movie stuff in there? Do you not care either way? Do you think The Hobbit is the dumbest thing ever? In that case, get out of here.
Will you buy it all no matter what they do?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm talking crap, but that's the true answer right there too for me. They could butcher this set, and I still want the cards. So.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think they will.
I don't think they will either.
Good.
The Lord of the Rings was amazing. I don't think they're gonna butcher it. I'm just saying that I love the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit so much that even if this set was garbage, I would still buy a ton of it. So.
Yeah. So before we keep rambling, this brings us to the end of our episode. You can find us on TikTok at Dicentric Games for more Magic content and nerdy shenanigans.
And if you'd like to share any of the quirks that Magic has hidden in their cards, join the Discord in the description. If you have questions or suggestions for the show, please leave a comment or send us an email.
We hope you learned something new from our episode today. Hopefully we inspired you to go out there, build those commander decks. They're super awesome. If there's anything interesting about it that you would like to let us know, leave it in the comments.
If you think you have a deck that we would like to, please share a link to it and we'll check it out. Thanks.
If you have any Naya decks, that's totally my jam. Gimme them. Gimme.
Thank you, everyone. Enjoy your week.
Click all the buttons.
Do all the things.
And we'll see you next time. Bye.